Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present our spectacular show of podcast magic and imagination full of Disney wonder, news, and pop culture. It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast with Jenn Dave and David Dollar.
Well, hey, Jen.
Hey, Dave.
It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast. Welcome back to the Main Street Electrical Podcast, episode number 224. By the way, it is not really escaped me that we are well over 200 episodes.
We're
inching towards 225, 250, and then beyond that is 300, which of course will be next year sometime. But that's a lot of episodes of podcasting.
That's a lot of episodes.
We just dropped episode 649 of my movie cast.
Wow.
Which is ridiculous because a bunch of guys have been talking movies for 14 years. A little insane, but here we are. I feel like all I do is podcast. That's all I do is podcast all day long. So welcome back to the Main Street Electrical Podcast. Jen, how did you Disney this week?
Oh, good. That's actually, you know what? I renewed my annual pass. I Disneyed expensively this week.
Yeah, mine's next month, and I'm not like mine and Campbell's are next month. I'm not looking forward to it. So
but
okay, question.
I had to.
Because you have to get park passes and stuff, don't you?
For New Year's Eve, yeah.
So if you have a valid annual pass, but you're looking to go at a time when your annual pass is expired, if you didn't renew it, can you get park passes for that time? Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I'm going in December.
That's the problem.
Mine actually expires early November, and so.
But you can renew now.
Yeah, we may do that. Plus,
you can do it 2 months.
I'm not worried about parks.
Yeah, you can do 2 months early or up to 1 month late. I wasn't worried about any other dates that I'm going other than New Year's Eve. And I saw online like Magic Kingdom was already gone for resort guests and just like ticket holders. So Magic Kingdom was already yellow. Or red.
Boy.
So I was like,
well, I am afraid they're going to do something where, the week I'm down there, like they'll announce it several weeks ahead of time that, Dino Land is closing and Dinosaur's last day will be December the 5th or 7th or whatever date that I'm down there. And suddenly I can't get Animal Kingdom at all. Or, Animal Kingdom's not going to sell out. But, like they're going to announce something that means the parks will be blocked out for that day. And I'm like, can't get in and whatever. So I need to go ahead and get that taken care of and set up. And so, yeah, we'll get there. I also renewed, not really renewed. I set up our second annual father-son trip for next summer. Went ahead and put a deposit down because remember this past year it was one of those like 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before. I'm like, I think we're going. Okay, we're going. And now we're already looking ahead. We will go at the same time that my wife and her parents go on whatever summer trip they go on. So it may or may not be the week that I reserved, but I went ahead and got it changed and went ahead and got it done. I think we'll stay an extra day. We may try to visit the park down the street. Maybe take a day and go over to Universal because he's asked about it a couple of times.
Oh, has he? Okay.
He's like Harry Potter, Velociraptor, Harry Potter, Velociraptor. He's mentioned those.
He would love Velocicoaster.
He would love all.
He would freak out. Like he would love all
that. So, and he's not so in depth in Harry Potter that like he doesn't have a house yet. He hasn't read the books. We've started reading the books and everything, reading them very slowly. That's a whole bedtime routine that we can get into later. But we haven't really invested in. He hasn't really dove into Harry Potter yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping that he will. So the Harry Potter rides will be fun for him, but he won't be like, I have to stay here and see everything. He'll be
right. He just wants to ride the rides and
exactly. Yeah, and that's fine with me. And so that's what I think we're going to end up doing. I'd like to spend a day over there. But yeah, I'm working on. I've got 2 trips set up between then. I've got the December trip where everybody's coming down, and then our spring break trip in March.
Right.
Who knows what will happen after that? Because this time last year, we were on a boat. Stephanie and I were on a boat in the Pacific Northwest, touring, I think, maybe Seattle today, this time last year, having no clue that in the following months, I would be taking like 5 trips, like in like 3 months. So who knows what will happen? Who knows what you will call me and be like, hey, my agency has some openings to send you to, Pakistan. Do you want to go? Sure. I don't know. So I don't know what touring there is in Pakistan, but sure, why not? Right. So not a lot of news today, but I do want to mention that we had some promotions drop yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We were able to hop on some things and I'll run through these. There's 3 main ways to save. Now, of course, annual pass discounts. Those are always ways to save. If you have an annual pass discount, that's coming up. But this is for starting in January through April and some
Yes.
through June. But I'll run
Some
through
through
these real
June.
quick, and you can correct me if I get something wrong here. First, you can save up to $200 per night on select stays beginning February 26th through
Mhm.
June 30th. You save a certain amount of value. You save more at moderate, more at up to $200 on Disney Deluxe and Disney Villa resorts, and there are exclusions that
Mhm.
apply. So ask your travel agent for that. Pick us. Second, you can save up to 25% on your Disney resort rooms. Now, the first one
Mhm.
I mentioned was a package. That is your resort
That's
and
package
your ticket.
tickets. Yes.
You don't have to do a dining plan. We think you should, but you don't have to with that. Just resort and tickets. The second one is saving up to 25% on your resort rooms, so you can do room onlys. Save I think 10 to 15% on values, 15 to
Mhm.
20 on moderates, and 20 to 25 on most Disney Deluxes from January 1st to April 30th. There is a line there of like January 1st to like sometime in February, you save this much, and after that, you save
It's
that
like a
much. And
tier. It's one of those
exactly,
tiered
it's a tiered thing,
discount
exactly.
things. Yeah.
Usual discounts apply: 3-bedroom villas, deluxe suites, cabins, and cabins at the Wilderness Lodge, Tower Studios, and whatever. Again, call us. We're happy to
Exclusions
help you.
apply. But yeah,
Exclusions
we
apply,
can look
yes.
at it.
And there are some minimums here and there for some of the tickets and stuff. But third, Florida residents can save up to 30% on rooms for most stays from February 23rd to April 30th. Again, we are happy to help you on that. But those are the big ones that came out. And I will say, there was some good availability this time around. Sometimes, and I don't mind
Yeah.
criticizing Disney a little, they'll say, hey, look at our promos. And you're like, you call up and you feel like there's like 3 rooms per resort available. You're like, oh, that didn't help me at all. I was able to save over $5,000 for my clients, for about
Hmm.
9 or 10 clients going in the spring. And I was so excited to send emails off going, I just saved $800, saved $600. One
Hmm.
client, I was like, all I could save you was $75. But if you want to move up regular or go to preferred, we can do that for like $10. And they're like, absolutely, let's do preferred.
Yeah. Like,
So
why
you know
not?
what? I mean, it's so some options are there for that. So definitely give your Upon a Star travel agent a call. We are happy to help you on that.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, because we have those promotions, if you were like on the fence and thinking like, oh, well, this is actually the time to look because we still have
Yes.
availability for it. So
Yep.
this is the time to book. It is a refundable $200 deposit.
Hmm.
Like if you do not have spring break planned, you're late.
Yes.
I
Yes.
hate to
Yes.
say it. People are like, oh no, you get better last minute deals. At one point, that might have been the case,
Hmm.
but not now. Like
Things are
things are
filling up.
filling. So,
Hmm. Yep.
definitely jump on
There
it.
were
You're
there were
looking.
a few clients that I jumped on immediately for early January when the promos
Yep.
are starting that I could not find availability for because things were
Yeah.
just sold out fast around the races and things like that. Because people who are doing the races, they wait for these promos to
They
come out, or they
do.
have things booked and they're like, "Hey, we're booked for the race. Let's hop on it, get some discounts, whatever."
Yeah.
And there was nothing there.
I was able
Um,
to get my 2 race weekend. I had 2 race weekend clients and I was able to save them at Caribbean. But I jumped on there like that was immediate.
right.
As soon as I saw that there was a promotion, I was like, oh my gosh. And like I go to so I always keep a contingency list. Just so you know, if you are using one of us, we most likely have a contingency list because we don't always know when they're coming out.
Right.
So it's always a quick little like, all right, so now that this round is done, I will like look at the next,
Hmm.
what like historically, what am I used to seeing happen next? And I just kind of keep a running list of everybody, on a
Right.
month in like a spreadsheet so that I can really quickly look and say, okay, these are the dates that apply. I can just like, I can run a report real fast and just boop, 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 boop. Like
Right.
I was like, oh, wait, I got race weekend. Gotta go.
Right. Well, and not to be too sales pitchy, which, based on what you just said, I agree with you. What I tell my people that ask me for quotes is if you think you're going to go, put down your $200 deposit. If you don't know, or if you're not sure, your
Mhm.
$200, you've got your room. You've got your room package. We can change things around.
Yeah.
We can move your dates around according to availability. Sometimes we can,
Yep.
sometimes we can't. I would say that if you're not sure, I'm thinking maybe going 4 or 5 days. Let's go ahead and plan for 5.
Hmm.
It's easier to contract that down by a day or two than to add a day later because sometimes things do fill. A lot of times things fill up. And you're right, $200 deposit. There's no risk because you have up until 30 days to pay everything off. Up until that point, we can change things around, move things around. If we need to move it into the future, I know I have
Hmm.
stories where I've got clients that moved
Yeah.
packages literally 4 years. We booked 2019. I think they went 2023
Oh
because of
my.
COVID, because of other things. We just
Oh
kept
yeah, I
moving
know,
it.
I know, yeah.
We just kept moving the trip here and there, and finally they went, which was awesome. Um, and so I'm not saying that people out there, I'm not saying you should do that, but we do have the flexibility of, hey, we booked for spring. We don't think we can go in spring. You know what? You got the money already there. It's $200. Let's just move it to the fall. Let's just move it to whenever. I mean, we're happy to do that for you. And it's no cost to you. And at some point in time, if you're like, you know what, we just can't do it right now, let's get a refund. We'll try for 2026, 20, whatever. We can do that too. And to your point, things are filling up. If you're thinking, I can't decide if I'm going to go on a cruise or a Disney World trip, you're probably going on a Disney World trip because the cruises of spring break are pretty much full for Disney.
You're probably going to Disney because there's the cruises are we don't have much.
We're going
February 21st to 24th, Sailing with the Stars.
Oh yes.
Sailing with the Stars. There is still availability on that sailing.
Yes, sailing with, and if you want to go with and meet all your favorite people who want to start traveling, including Jen, definitely a place to go for that weekend.
Go to Sailing with the Stars.
That would be hilarious. No, our family's going on spring break, and we're doing a 4-night. We looked at doing a 5-night. I've already looked ahead to, I'm like, do we want to upgrade? There are a few rooms left on one of the sailings that one of my clients are going on. They looked at upgrading the room, and I called Disney Cruise Line. Looked at the whole ship is sold out. Everything is sold out. Even like the expensive multi-bedroom suites that are like $25,000 are gone. So I was like, it's you're not gonna get there. So, let's get that trip planned for you. So we're going to play a little game called Would You Rather? And this game is basically played of, I'm going to give 2 options. Would you rather do this? Would you rather do that? And the really isn't a whole lot of extra like, well, I'd rather do this if there's not a whole lot of if then. It's just this or this. So, and I've got a couple here for you, Jen. So let's go ahead and start. Jen,
okay.
Would you rather have dinner at Club 33, paid for, taken care of, however you want, dinner at Club 33, or stay one night in the Royal Suite at Cinderella's Castle? Which would you rather
a tough one.
do? Dinner for yourself, Brady and Annie.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brady. Brady's birthday is today, so everybody can give him a shout out, which he's hard to find on social media. But if you do find him, happy birthday, Brady.
Instagram is the easiest way to find him.
Instagram.
That's tough because bucket list is totally. You know what? I'm gonna go Cinderella's Castle.
I would go that too.
I think
I would go that too. It's just
that's a tough one, but
I know people who've been to Club 33. I'm not saying like they're going to get me anything like that, but I know people who have been to Club 33, who have experienced it and had told me a little bit about it. I don't know anyone who's ever spent the night at Cinderella's Royal Suite. I have met a cast member or two that has been in there and toured it, but I don't know. And I would love to be that person that everybody else knows that stayed the night there at the Cinderella's Royal Suite.
I do know someone who stayed at the one in Disneyland. It's not in the castle. It's above Pirates of the Caribbean. And I do know during the Year of a Million Dreams, do you remember that one?
Yes.
In Disneyland, she got it.
Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. Oh, the Year of a Million Dreams. I remember that because I remember wanting to get picked so bad for things. And,
I know.
And maybe you know more about this than I do, but from what I understand, for anybody who ever wondered how that worked, that they would basically call the people down at the turnstiles randomly and be like the seventh person that comes from this point on, you pick them. Or, like they would contact somebody standing in the parks. Okay, the fourth person that whatever, blah, 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 like people who can't see what's going on. So it would just be random. And
one of my favorite ones was, it's a person who goes to the Fountain de Cendrillon, the Cinderella fountain, and throws a coin in at noon. It was something
that's insane.
You know what? Just something so random that you can't.
I'd be like, "Hey, Kyla, go to the fountain and throw a coin in at noon o'clock. Noon your time. Noon, do it. Just trust me. Do it. Get down there." So, all right. Here's a three-time would you rather. Would you rather have everything paid for one night, Grand Floridian, dining included?
Okay. At Victoria and Albert's?
Sure. Victoria and Albert's dining, your choice of dining. Okay. Or 3 nights, and this is park time too. 3 nights at the park, dining included, everything you want, at Port Orleans French Quarter. Or 7 nights, everything taken care of, dining and everything paid for at Pop Century.
I mean, you know my answer already. 1
night at Grand Floridian?
1,000%.
For over 7 nights of everything paid for.
Absolutely.
You can still do Victoria and Albert's if you're at Pop.
Doesn't matter.
You'd be the best dressed people on property, but still.
I say get the Grand all day.
I'm 7 nights. If you gave me a 7-night vacation at the Best Western at Disney Springs, I would do it. I would 7 nights, absolutely, totally staying at Pops and Tree for 7 nights. I'd stay there. I paid to stay there for 7 nights. I'd do it for free in a heartbeat. All right. Would you rather Disney rebuild in its original form or glory at Hollywood Studios the Great Movie Ride or the Backlot Tour? Everything works. Everything's original. Everything looks great. It's pristine.
Ooh.
All the elements are there. All the animatronics work. The
Mm.
alien comes all the way down. The splashy thing at the very beginning of Backlot Tour. Everything works. Catastrophe Canyon, all that. Which would you rather?
Oh gosh.
And this is a permanent fixture. Like Disney's putting this back in place, and it's there.
Oh, that's hard. Do I have to give up Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway?
No, this would be a different place. It would be a different place.
Okay, it does, so
Yeah.
I don't have to give up anything.
You don't have to give anything up. No, this is just they found a spot. They're like, oh, and all the stuff we're building, we got like an extra half acre of land. Let's rebuild something.
Great Movie Ride.
I
If
think so
it
too.
all worked. If
exactly.
everything
And
has to work, and you have to
Everything
both
has to
see
original glory.
Cowboy.
Not only that,
and
I want
Gangster.
the original trailer films as you're walking through that queue.
Original.
Those
Original,
switchbacks you go
yes.
to back and forth. I
Yep,
want
yep,
the
yep, yep,
trailers
yep.
up there.
Yep.
You know, I want the
Agreed.
trailer of Sid. What's her name? Cerise or whatever her name is.
Oh, Sid
doing
Charisse.
this. Yeah, doing the smoke coming out of her mouth as she's
Yes.
smoking. I want that up there. I want
Yeah.
all of it. I want
Uh-huh.
everything. So, and the alien that comes down and all of that. Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
Great movie ride.
Mhm.
Although Backlot Tour was fantastic. It was never.
I mean,
one
I
that
loved
did
it
every single
too,
time.
but I
Yep.
feel like the Great Movie Ride had a little bit more impact for
Mhm.
me. So
Would you rather, and this is all its glory again, would you rather see rebuilt in its original glory? Everything works, everything is pristine,
Okay.
clean, and looking good. Splash Mountain
okay,
or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disney
Toady.
World? Toady?
I'm going Toady. I got to go way old school on this one.
I think I would go Splash Mountain.
Would you?
Only because, well, I mean, that's hard because you got Tiana,
hard.
which is pretty much the same thing.
Wait,
And
I mean,
so-
the same ride track and the animatronics are. But I know in
yes,
its
of course they're
glory,
better.
it's in its
Of course
glory.
they're better.
Like, yeah.
But I kind of feel like Splash Mountain, they had decided to get rid of that like 5 years ago.
Oh, they
And
did.
so
and
I think
they-
it was just let's just stick a band-aid on everything that doesn't work
Yeah.
right now because they're not going to put any money into it. And then, of course, the Darkest Timeline hit. And so they're like, well, now what do we do? I don't know.
right.
But I mean, we can see Mr. Toad at Disneyland. We can't see Splash.
But
anymore.
no,
It
but
is
not
kinda
the way
something.
it was in World.
That's
It was
true.
different in
That's
World.
true.
In World, you could go to heaven or hell. In Disneyland, you can only go to hell.
That is true. That is true. That is true. So,
Which
all right.
it's really dark if we're being honest.
All right. Here's one for you. This is one of those ridiculous ones that nobody's going to ever do. But this was specifically for you, Jen.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather have a free pass for Guardians, which means every time you go, you show the pass, you ride it however
Mhm.
much you want to, when you want to, okay?
hmm
But in order to get it, you have to do, and it's going to remain. You have to experience It's a Bug's Life once per trip.
Mm.
Or would you rather get a free pass for Tron in the same aspect, but in order to earn that, you have to do at least once per trip Astro Orbiter weekday 12 to 6 in the afternoon. You have to do it sometime in the afternoon, which means the queue, the elevators, all of that. So you get Guardians for free, but once per trip, every time you go down there, if you're going to do Guardians, you have to do Bug's Life, and they'll give you your little pass for free. Or you can do Tron as much as you want, but you have to do Astro Orbiters, and it has to be between noon and 6 p.m. on your trip.
I'm going to do Tron because I can deal with Astro Orbiters and I absolutely despise Bug's Life that much that I will take Tron.
I would do Bug's Life all day long. I would do Bug's Life all day. So,
Nope.
I do it twice.
Literally
I know.
cannot stand that ride. And like
Well, I mean-
Astro Orbiter, once I'm on the ride, I'm like, this
Once
is
you're on the
great.
ride,
Look
it's
at the
great.
views.
It's just the queue is
just the
terrible. And
stupid-
it's
And it's not even like the on the ground queue. I mean, it's annoying on the ground. It's
Right.
the stupid elevator.
and they
Oh my.
smell.
Oh, it's
That's
so
why I said
smelly.
12 to 6 in the afternoon. You can't do it there in the morning when
Yeah,
it's
but you know
crisper
what?
at
In
night.
December, it wouldn't matter.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, but those January or those July trips when Kyla's
No,
like,
I
Kyla, Alexa are like, hey, come down to
mean-
meet us. You're like, I'm not going to do Tron though. Why not? Because then I have to do Astro Orbiter.
And I don't want to smell it.
Yeah, see that elevator is rough. Elevator's rough. It was
It's rough.
so my for the audience, of course, you know he's on the spectrum. My kid loves elevators, and I've learned that a lot of spectrum kids do. They love elevators.
okay.
They love how it works. And I actually, my kid, and I know other children of his ilk that know the brands and know the type and know the company
Interesting.
and like can like look at the logos and tell you what brand it is. He knows all about it.
Oh
He
my
watches
gosh.
he watches the elevator videos on YouTube. He will pull them up for an hour. He will just watch. First of all, that he watches them. Second of all, that people are taking video of themselves walking onto elevators, going, "Okay, this is whatever brand it is," and they're pointing at the logo and they're
I
looking
did
at the
not know
features.
that was a YouTube thing. I'm today years old learning this.
Yeah, well, there's that, and also he likes watching car videos where people will give a tour of their cars. This is my 2016 Toyota Camry. Let's look at everything. Not kidding. These are videos. 15-minute
Oh my
video of somebody going,
gosh.
and you see the radio here, little dial, and everything. You actually can input there. And my kid knows all the logos of the cars. He'll pick up keys and he'll
Huh.
look. He'll be like, Mazda, whatever, CRX, whatever, Mazda, whatever. So anyway, yeah, he loves the elevators. The hard thing for him on doing Astro Orbiter was not wanting to punch the elevator
Oh,
buttons.
all the
I would
okay.
basically kind of stand in front of him going, Campbell, you cannot touch these elevator buttons. You can't. So of course, when we're going back to the elevator, he's like, no, 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 you can't touch the buttons. You can't. Sorry, cast member, he touched the buttons. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, that was hard for him. That was hard for him. So all right,
Aw.
a little easier with no bugs life and no trauma.
Oh,
Would you rather have a Lightning Lane Express Pass, which means you just get on the Lightning Lanes, whichever one you
okay.
want to get onto, or would you rather have a card that gives you unlimited snacks during either Flower and Garden or Food and Wine?
We mean a car, like
The
define. Oh, a
so,
card.
a card.
Okay.
Like
I
basically,
was
like you,
we just talked
like
about cars and I was like,
yes,
how does that work?
like
Does
you
it
have been
drive
given it.
around?
You go to a kiosk, you flash your card, you get whatever snack you want, snacks. You know,
Okay, so my choice is the
skip
unlimited
all the lines
card, food and wine, or
at any of the festivals, basically.
at any
Yes,
festival.
any festival. Yep.
Oh, this one's actually harder than I anticipated.
I think I'd want the snack card.
That's what
I
I'm
know.
leaning toward.
I
Like I'm trying to
know.
think, and I'm like, because I navigate lines really well, so I do
And
feel like
we
the
have to
snack
say
card.
this. We have to say, let's just say that up to 4 people can experience it.
Oh,
So because
okay.
you wouldn't do a Lightning Lane by yourself. Be like, sorry, y'all suck. I'm gonna go ride the ride.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Everybody
Like,
else waiting in line, or snacks for a couple of people. Hey, I want to get this, and whatever.
nah, I think I'd do snacks.
I think I would do snacks too.
I think I'd do snacks
I think I would do snacks too
because yeah.
I could eat some snacks. And I can pay multi-pass if I have to for certain attractions.
And honestly, half the time, like, well, because of how I tour, typically, I mean, listen, I do occasionally do the full day thing so that I stay fresh on the lightning
Right.
lanes and the way to do it. But my preference is sort of to just like roll in around two and kind of do what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't like to get up very often, which I've learned that, which is really, really funny to me.
No.
So I'm like, rope drop. Let's go. Let's go. All right. All right. So let's see. What else did I have down here? Just a couple more. All right. Would you rather have a Brazilian country in World Showcase
Okay.
or a Grecian country World Showcase? Brazil
Grecian.
and all its food, Greece.
Greece.
Same thing. Same thing.
I love Greek food.
Is that kind of your top, like out of all the countries, you would add Greece more than anything else? I mean,
Yeah,
I think I would too.
I think I'd add Greece. Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it's such a different kind of food than what you get there. Because it's,
So good.
I mean, Ireland would be good, but some of the food is similar to some of the stuff in England. Some.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
so UK.
I mean,
It's still the
Yes.
UK, well, depending Northern, Southern Ireland. Okay, like I know there's semantics that semantics isn't the right word, but there is a
Right.
delineation. Okay, but overall, yes, we are a similar food genre.
Right. Yes.
And
Yep.
honestly, in Brazilian, like listen, I love me a good Brazilian steakhouse. Like, and the food is absolutely delicious. However, I feel like Greek food is just a whole, I mean, the only thing that's kind of close, like Morocco has like kind of a little bit, but like Greece being more Mediterranean, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just so good.
Would you rather, and I agree with the Greece. I completely agree with the Greece. But would you rather, when Disney does the next 24 hours, would you rather spend 24 hours in Epcot or Hollywood Studios? If one of those parks is open 24 hours, which one would you rather attend?
Epcot.
Epcot. I think so too. I think so too. Especially if
Mhm.
well, the ride's being open. We've got our well, I've got my Guardians pass because I rode it stuff to be a buck. You're out of luck because you got a Tron pass. You have to pay for for Guardians.
Oh, well.
But yeah, Epcot, it's so big, and I feel like there's so much to
There's
do.
a lot to do.
There's a lot to do in Hollywood too. But once you cycle through everything like 3 times, you're like, okay, we've done all the rides. What else is there to do? Versus Epcot, there's a lot to see, a lot to walk around. And
I can spend a full day in studios, absolutely no problem. But I just, from the sheer amount of diversity of food and, just there's and there's like a lot of things that I would go do on a 24-hour day that I might not necessarily do
Right.
on just a random given day in whatever March.
Would you rather be stuck in Small World for 3 hours? They can't evacuate the ride. You're just in the boat. They know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Music's playing. Small World rotating for 3 straight hours. Or would you rather be stuck in the Maelstrom boat in front of Elsa for 3 hours when she's singing Let It Go? That
Small
one
World.
snippet of Let It Go for 3 straight
Small
hours.
World. Small World.
Because at least you get the whole song with Small World. Let It Go, you really have one verse and that's it. So,
and honestly, I can tune so for a couple reasons. First of all, I do have the Disney soundtracks that were released, like the double disc set, like back when you could still buy those, back in the day, which are on, they're digitized for me now. And also some of our hold music does have Small World, so I can actually tune that out if I need to. I don't, it's not like, I don't know. It's just something that still makes me smile because it reminds me of something good. I mean, would I be tired of it after 3 hours? Yes, but could I tune it out? Also, yes, I could.
I'm gonna need Disney to re-release these because I've got the Four Parks One World CD set.
Yep, I got that one. Yep,
the disc 1, disc 2, whatever, and I've also got the official album 2-disc set as well. So
I do not have that one.
I've got both of these, and then up here behind me on the shelf, I've got like 5 CDs of classic Disney. It was a box set where it's got all the original music from the songs, stuff like that. And then I've got like the McDonald's or Hallmark released a CD. It was like Disney's Pals, and it's like friend songs, like Best of Friends, and You Got a Friend in Me. And I've got several random Disney CDs and stuff.
I also have Spectra Magic.
Oh, awesome. I have that downloaded. I don't have the CD. But I did. Which one of these? I think I bought this one at the parks for like $35 when it was on sale.
I definitely used to see that one at the parks.
This one I found at the thrift store for $2. So
are you kidding me? That's so funny. I bought that in the parks for however much it was going for at that point.
It's glorious. It's a Four Parks One World kind of thing, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe I bought the red one and bought the
and got the other one for
Either way, they're in great condition. But yeah, I have those. I would probably, I want to say Frozen because it's cool in there, and I feel like Small World's going to get hot. But at the same time, it is the whole thing, and I probably could tune this.
The smell of Small World. Let's just say there's also that smell in Small World.
Well, I mean, all the attributes stay the same. It's not like you're given.
Can I be stuck in the Polynesian room? I like that one.
Would you rather get stuck there? Well, I'm wondering though, because I've actually been stuck.
That's my favorite room.
So I guess one adjacent one to this is: would you rather be stuck in front of the singing busts in Haunted Mansion, or Ursula at the Little Mermaid ride for say 2 hours? Me too.
I take the busts.
Yeah, because that's like a concert. It really is. Because I've been stuck there before for like 20 minutes, and I get video and everything. You're just watching.
Doesn't bother me.
The Ursula stuff is great, but it's not. I wish they would do the whole song. That would be great to do the entire
It's because it's too short, and I understand why they don't. They don't need to do the whole.
But
song,
if you're a mermaid fan, you should know the song anyway. So you just be happy with the snippet you get. I mean, if I only get 20 seconds of that song, whatever 20, and you know what? You should be able to collect the song. Okay, I got this part of it. I got that. Oh, I heard this part of it this time. I mean, just, exactly. All right. So just 1 or 2 more here. Let's see. What else have I got down here? Would you rather in its full glory, and I know your answer to this. Would you rather see Journey into Imagination restored to the original form? Or Test Track returned to the original form?
Oh my gosh, Journey into Imagination. Well, you know what? And I like World of Motion is fine, but it was not like, you bring me the Dreamfinder, bring me that entire original pavilion, updated. Like I said, throw some IP in there with Inside Out, like just bring Figgy back to what he needs to be, because that is why my generation loves him. That's why he's a thing. I'm just saying. 2
more. This is tragic, but Disney World's getting rid of the one of them. Would you rather lose the train or the People Mover? For good.
This is like Sophie's Choice. Like, how do you pick one?
Now the other one gets permanent status, like it's never going away. We're good. Disney's like, we have to get rid of one, but the other we're saving. You'll never have to worry about it. But
this is going to kill me. I'm going to have to say I have to keep the train, because that was Walt's thing.
Very true.
The train cannot go. Yeah. That has to have permanent status.
Personally, I'd want to. We went 4 years without the train, and it didn't kill me. Going along without People Mover really bothered me, because I'm like, I need my.
That bothered me every single time.
I could almost, because there's so much Walt in the park, I could almost get rid of the train, but keep the people mover. That is a Sophie's choice, though. Which
It
I'm
is.
gonna grieve whichever one direction we go here.
Oh no,
I'm going to feel
hardcore. I
sad
would grieve.
and probably regret my decision later on.
Yeah,
And
but
so,
I,
yeah.
but I have to keep the train. I can't let that go.
Final question: would you rather go back in time and be there for Disneyland's opening day or Disney World's opening day? Spend one day in the parks, and you're given all the money you need for whatever, and you got the
Mm-hmm.
outfits and all that good stuff, and but you get to experience Disneyland on the opening
Mm.
day, also called Black Sunday,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
um,
right?
or Disney World on opening day, which of course both are busy and such, but a little more maintained than Disneyland was.
So what's funny is my initial gut was, oh, well, I mean, Disney World is like my quote home park, right?
Right, right,
And
right,
it
right,
was Black Sunday, like, because it did not go well. But if
right.
I went to Disneyland, I could meet Walt because he was out handing out water on Main Street.
Very true. I didn't even, I didn't even think about that. I did not even
Mhm.
think about that. I would have
He was
said
there.
Disneyland anyway, knowing what I know now. I would love to experience the chaos and
Yeah,
insanity it was of that day,
right.
because the stories are legendary where the women's high heels were sinking to the asphalt.
Sinking into the asphalt. Oh
They had to
yeah.
choose between running water for the toilets and like drinks because one of there was a strike going
Yeah.
on. People were coming over the walls because people were putting
Hmm.
ladders up against the walls and charging
Hmm.
$10 admission. Insane. Of course, we have to mention that Walt Disney World celebrated its 53rd anniversary
It did
this week,
yesterday.
which is great. A rundown opening day attractions included what we remember: Jungle Cruise, Swiss Family Treehouse, Dumbo, Mad Tea Party. Great. Also, the Golden Carousel, which has changed names a couple of times.
Yeah, but it's
The
still there.
Skyway,
Same carousel.
exactly. Same carousel, Hall of Presidents, Haunted Mansion, the Grand Prix Raceway, which became Tomorrowland Speedway, the Mike Fink keel boats.
Hmm.
Um, it's a Small World, Mr. Toad's, Snow White's Adventures. We remember that. We missed the Skyway. Mickey Mouse Review
Oh,
was
that's
also one of the
right.
opening day costs. The seven. This is when they had e-tickets. Jen, tell the
Hmm.
world, what are the e-tickets? What are the ride books? What
So
were
funny.
those?
I have 5 ride books right out
That is
in my
amazing.
that
I
I
thought
just
about ordering
framed.
some on eBay because they look cool. But go ahead,
They are
tell
cool.
the world.
So back, and this was the case until definitely the late 70s, possibly the early 80s.
Mhm.
There were ticket books. So you purchased, and like the ones that we have were Magic Kingdom Club. So my in-laws were part of the Magic Kingdom Club. So they got like a special rate. I'm going
Right.
to say the price on the books was $6.25, and it was a either 10 or 12 ticket booklet. I'd have to go look. And there was
Hmm.
A, B, C, D, and E tickets. E tickets, you hear people talk about E tickets.
Yep.
Those were the big attractions, like Haunted Mansion.
Hmm.
That's like, the coaster. Now, Big Thunder didn't exist at a certain point, but
Right.
like that was the big thing. Now, an A ticket might be like the Main Street cars, right? That go up and
Right.
down
The
Main
vehicles.
Street. That
Yep.
could be like an
Yep.
A ticket. And then
Hmm.
it just went from there. B, C, Country Bear Jamboree is like, can't remember if that was a C or a D ticket. So what we have in possession, we
Hmm.
have A, B, C, and D tickets.
That's awesome.
We have no e-tickets because no one ever left e-tickets. It's
Of
it's
course not.
rare
Of
to
course
see
not.
one with
Right.
e-tickets.
Right.
Because you use those up, and if you had a couple of leftover
Mhm.
A's or whatever, the majority of ours are, or maybe we don't have B tickets. I'm gonna have to go look. But in any case, it's super cool to see those. But
Well, I
that's
mean,
how
and
you bought ticket booklets.
it's like people would experience it at a fair where you would go in and buy ticket booklets, and like
Exactly.
each ride is like 3 tickets, 5 tickets, whatever. I don't know if Magic Kingdom ever did like a bracelet kind of thing where you like buy a bracelet for like a special promotion and then you ride all the rides. Like a lot of state fairs will
I
do
never
that. Say
heard
if you
of
come on the
that.
afternoons, I don't know. But the opening day costs: the 7 adventure ticket book. The adults were $4.75, juniors $4.25, and
Oh,
children
when
was
it opened.
$3.75.
Yep, that makes
Transportation,
sense.
admission to Magic Kingdom, and 7 adventures. The
Hmm.
11 adventure ticket book was adults was $5.75, junior was $5.25, and children were $4.75. Transportation, MK, and 11 adventures. General admission into the park was adults
Hmm.
were $3.50,
Uh-huh.
juniors were $2.50, and the children were $1. They included unlimited use for one day of the transportation system, admission to Magic Kingdom, and all the free shows, all the exhibits and entertainment.
Yep.
Jen, do you know what parking cost on the opening day of Magic Kingdom?
This would have been 1971.
Yes,
So I can't imagine it was more than like $1.50.
50 cents per automobile.
50 cents.
50 cents per
Stop.
automobile. Now it's like
Stop.
$29.
I think it's
So, yes.
right.
Yes.
So I did go and I just ran out and I grabbed, oh gosh, let me take off my blur.
Okay.
I gotta take off the blur so you guys can see.
You have a smudgy screen.
Yeah. Okay, unblur.
That
So
is,
these are
I
my
love how you
tickets.
framed it too. That's really cool.
So this is what we
You gotta go
have.
buy an e-ticket somehow.
I know. So we have in here A, which are the blue tickets, B, which are they're orange. C, we do not have a C ticket. I lied. D we have. So I can tell you whatever this was, the adult booklet was $8.25 and the children's was $6.25 at this point. So this would have been like late 70s. A D ticket was Tiki Birds, Tom Sawyer Island, the Riverboats, Skyway to Tomorrowland, Mickey Mouse Review, Skyway to Fantasyland, Wedway, which is the People Mover,
Of course.
Mission to Mars, and Starjets.
Starjets. That's
And
awesome.
Starjets, yeah. So A tickets I can't actually see because I haven't pinned in here, but like I could see like the B.
But just open it up and look at it.
The B tickets is actually I could. The B tickets.
Yeah, don't do all that. It's okay.
It's actually not hard. Do you want to know?
Sure. And while you're doing that, I will tell you that I just looked at an inflationary calculator. Disney, I hope you're listening to this. $350 for admission in 1971 is only $28 in today's dollars.
Ha!
A ticket to Magic Kingdom right now today is like $165. So
well, we do have a lot more to go, but okay.
That is true.
A B ticket was Swiss Family Treehouse, the Shooting Gallery, the Keel Boats, and Dumbo or the Mad Tea Party.
Pick one. I like it.
Well, I mean, no, yeah, exactly. You had to pick.
Yeah.
You had but you had to pick one if you were using one. And then the A ticket was the Omnibus, the Horse Cars, Main Street Vehicles, Main Street Cinema, or the Cinderella's Golden Carousel Merry-Go-Round.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. Well, also, before we close out, I mentioned this too. Epcot celebrated its 42nd anniversary this week as well, and run through the opening day attractions. And it opened its gates on October 1st, 1982. There was 3 sets: the shows, the films, and the attraction. The attractions included the Studer Computer Review, El Rio del Tiempo, which I'm assuming is now the Three Caballeros.
Oh, that's the three. Yeah, yes. Three Caballeros.
A Future Com display. Listen to the Land. ImageWorks, the creative playground of the future. And Spaceship Earth. The
ImageWorks was where outside of Figment.
Oh, cool. The shows were the American Adventure, Bird and the Robot, and Kitchen Cabaret. And here are the films that showed at Epcot: the Energy Creation Story, Energy, You Make the World Go Round, the Epcot Workstation Film. That was the name of it. The Epcot Workstation Film, Impressions de France, Magic Journeys. That's 5. Mirror Theater, O Canada, Symbiosis, Universe of Energy, The Water Engine, and Wonders of China. There were 11 films at Epcot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of movies.
That is a lot.
A lot of movies.
I haven't paid attention so close to the map because we do have an opening map. Right. Yep. So, not framed yet.
Right. That's really cool, though. That's really, really cool.
That's
so this was
awesome.
Fun. A lot of would you rather's. Do you have any would you rather's of your own there?
Oh gosh, off the top of my head, I don't know.
It's okay. I'll put you on the spot. It's all right. I didn't want to end the show and you're like, but I had like 12. So it's all right. Jen, where can we find you? You're going down in a couple of weeks, correct?
Yes, I will be down there for the Earmark Summit.
Cool.
And as part of that, I will be at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We're going to be, I'm sure I'll be posting various things. Very excited, looking forward to that. And
you always post when you're on travels and when you're not.
I always post when I'm traveling.
You're like, do I have an Instagram? I don't remember.
Yes. But you can find me at Upon a Star Jen. That's where I'll be posting all of that stuff. So
perfect. Find me at the Magic on $1. Find me, of course, on Facebook at Magic on $1 and Disney on $1. Of course, find the MSE podcast in all the places on Facebook and on Instagram, and find Upon a Star Travel on all the places, TikTok and Threads, and Upon a Star Travel is on Facebook and Instagram and all the places as well. We have a great social media presence, and we're doing all kinds of fun stuff there. And again, as we said before, with the promotions that are going on, please let us know you heard us on the podcast. Yeah. We'd be happy to help you and make sure that you get completely taken care of. Jen, this was good. And we will, I'm sure that I will talk to you in like 20 minutes because that's what I always say.
Yeah, probably.
So, until then, don't forget to thank your Phoenicians.
Thank you for listening to the Main Street Electrical Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at the MSE Podcast, or visit our website at themsepodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe, and may all your wishes come true.